Good morning, children. So today we are going to start a new chapter, that is international trade. Okay, so we'll see different things what comes under the international trade. So let's begin. Okay, what is international trade? When the trade is done between the two nations or it is done beyond the geographical boundaries of the country, then it is known as international trade. Okay, so it is done between the two countries or when a trade is performed beyond the geographical boundaries of the country, then it is known as international trade. Trade performed beyond the boundary lines of the country. Okay, then it is known as international trade, or it is also known as external trade. So we'll see what are the different points that comes under the international trade. So again, international trade, it is done between the two countries or two countries are involved when we talk about the international trade. Okay, the trade performed beyond the boundary line of the country or geographical limits of the country, then it is known as international trade. And international trade is also known as external trade. We'll see the three types of international trade. Types. First one, export. Second one, import. Third one, entry. Okay. So, export. When we are selling goods to the different countries or to the different part of the world, that is known as export. Okay, so when we sell goods and services to the foreign country, that is known as export. Then, what is import? When we buy goods and services from foreign countries. So when we buy goods and services from foreign countries, that is known as import. Okay. So what is export? When we send goods to the rest of the world or to the different countries, that is known as export. And if we are calling any goods to our country for our consumption, okay, that is known as import. Then what is entry port? That is also known as re-export. It means we are importing goods for not our consumption. Then again we are exporting to the other country. Goods are imported for the purpose of export. So when the goods are imported for the purpose of export, that is known as entry port. Means the here goods are not we are not importing goods for our consumption. Okay, we are just purchasing that good or importing that good for exporting it. Okay, suppose we are purchasing goods from the America, and again we are exporting that good to Nepal. Okay, that is known as entry port. Now we talk about the nature of external trade. Okay, so nature of external trade or international trade, if we are talking, then first thing comes so involvement of two countries are there. Okay, so it means when there is when there are two countries, then in that case, then only international trade will be there. Okay, so if we are selling goods from Delhi to Kanyakumari or to any part of the Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, if we are means trade between two far cities of the same country will not be considered as international trade. Okay, for that international trade there should be involvement of two countries. Okay, for example, if we say America and India. Okay, America and India. So anything. Okay, if either you purchase, either you sell anything. Okay, to America, the trade between the America and India will be considered as international trade, or India with the rest of the world. Okay, India with rest of the world. Okay, so same country should not be there. America with the rest of the world will be considered as international trade, or America, or you take the name of the any country, that will be considered as the international trade. Okay, second thing, foreign currency. There won't be any domestic currency will be there. There won't be any domestic currency. There is foreign currency. Okay, the trade is performed in the foreign currency. Okay, there is no domestic currency is not used. Means you see, rupees are not used on the international level. Okay, dollars are considered for the international trade. So dollars are being considered for the international trade, and that dollars are involved. So foreign currency is involved while doing the international trade. So foreign currency. So whatever goods and services you purchase, that will require whatever goods and services you are going to purchase from the international market. So in that case, foreign currency is required for doing the payments. Okay, so you cannot do the payment in the domestic currency. So now we are going to talk about the problems under the international trade. Okay, so first problem that occurs or that comes while we perform international trade is legal procedure. So under this, whenever you are going to do the import or export of goods and services, that requires a lengthy and complicated legal procedures. So, lengthy and complicated legal procedures, then one has to fill many documents, custom clearance and many other formalities are there that has to be done while doing that has to be taken, or many permissions has to be taken from the government of India. If you are doing your business from India, then in that case you must take all the permissions from the government, you must fill all the forms, you must do all the legal certifications while performing the international trade. Okay, so that will be very complicated and lengthy procedures. Then if we talk about the second one, then restrictions. So if we talk about the restrictions that comes under the international trade. So see, this business is not free as your internal trade. Okay, so here many governments, if you are changing the nation, many restrictions may rise. Okay, whatever may be possible, but whatever is free in India, that may be restricted in foreign country. So many restrictions according to their law and rules, and according to their law, or you say about the if we talk about the rules and regulation of that country, it may be possible that may be different, okay, than as to your parent country. Okay. Then many items which you are going to import and export, you need to acquire license. Okay, without license you cannot do the import and export with the different part of the with the different country. Okay, so you need to take permissions, you need to have the license, otherwise, and many of the goods are which are may be possible that may be restricted in the different country. So restrictions are there. Third point, high risk. Now, high risk. First thing in the international business or international trade is that distance is too long. Okay, or you can say the distance is very much. Okay, between the seller country from the exporting company or importing country. Okay, so in that case, distance is too high. Then it may be risk of transition is there. May be possible that if you are sending your good to the different country, okay, may be possible that during the transport it may get damaged. Okay, so in that case you can take the insurance and all. Okay, cargo insurance are there which person takes. Okay, when the sender of the goods takes. Okay, then other thing is that may be possible that currency conversion rate may be also high or decrease. If it is decreased, then it is benefit for you. If it is high, then it is very risky for you. Okay, then the business may be costly for you. So these are the risks while performing the international trade. Then different language. Fourth, different language. So again, if you are changing the nation, you are changing your political or geographical boundaries of the country. It means if you are going out of that, maybe you may not find the same language people speaking as it is as people they are speaking in your parent country. Okay, or maybe you will find different languages. So you won't be able to understand what they are saying. So you must hire someone who can understand their language and they can perform your paperwork. Okay, so if you are going like that only to do the business in the foreign country, then it won't be happening with you. Okay, because you will be barely able to speak anything, because their language is different. They won't be able to understand you won't be able to understand them. So comparatively it will be very changed. Okay, so it is not like the international trade that you are going and here and there you are selling that this is my product and this is I want to sell. So this is not going to happen in the international market. So you must hire someone who can understand their language and make you understand what they are speaking or what they want. Okay, so this thing should be there. Then arrangement after the fifth one, arrangement of foreign currency should be there. If you are not having the foreign currency, then it will be very difficult for you to perform the international business. Why? Because each and everything, either the payment, any other things also. Okay, if you are going to sell anything or you are going to purchase anything, or for the payment also, you need to have a foreign currency. If foreign currency is not there, then you won't be able to perform the international business. So this is all for today. We will meet up in the next class. Till then, thank you.